On this week's show, Liberty Baseball with a top 25 test. And Flames football's liking what it's seeing on the defensive side.
Plus, Liberty basketball is a family affair for the McKays. And we bring you the story of the original voice of the Flames. You're watching Flames Central, and it starts now. Football in February?
Okay.
Who cares what month it is? We can't get enough of it. Welcome into our Flames Central studios, where we keep you updated on all things Liberty. I'm Emily, and he's Matt.
Yeah, last week we talked about the offensive side of the ball and how Caden Salter plans to take this offense to the next level this fall. But today, it's all about the defense.
That's right. Last season, we saw a talented defense out there that led the nation in interceptions. But remember, Matt, that was a pretty young group. A lot of guys who were either freshmen or who saw more playing time than ever before. This week, co-defensive coordinator Skylar McGee said the focus of the offseason was depth. You'll definitely see that at the linebacker position. McGee mentioned that they'll have a solid 5 or 6 linebackers that they can count on, which is much improved from last season. McGee also said that the little time between the bowl game practices and the spring practices has helped continue the development overall on the defensive side. Meanwhile, the coaches and young returners are all using this time during spring ball as an opportunity to help guide those incoming freshmen.
Those guys came from high school where they probably played 5 calls, and you get to college, we install 5 calls a day. So it's drastically different. So the young guys are swimming, but we're still just trying to work with them on learning the base defenses and play with really good technique.
You got to have confidence coming in. I think that's the biggest thing for a freshman that's coming in. Is like, if you don't have that confidence that you had in high school, like, everybody's good. So you got to find it somewhere. Like, you can't just lose that self-confidence that you had, from high school to now just because you're playing against better competition. I think that's what I'll tell them. But I also tell them, too, like, be humble about it.
When you get on the field, they don't care if you're a freshman or a sixer. They're going to treat you the same. So you just got to go out there and play. You got to use your technique that you learned, your craft, and you just got to try to put it on display, because at the end of the day, like I said, nobody cares when you get out there what grade you, and they just expect you to produce.
You won't have to wait long to see this new version of the Flames. Liberty will hold its annual spring game on March 2nd at Williams Stadium. The fun starts at 1:30 and includes everything you need for a great time. Food, inflatables for the kids, autographs with Liberty players, and of course, great football. Be sure to come on out March 2nd to take part in the fun.
Liberty Baseball has only played 1 full series this season. The Flames swept Quinnipiac, if you weren't aware. LU put up 36 runs in those 3 games. In the words of Matt Warner, this team is loaded. Look, I know, I told him, it's a long season.
I get excited.
I know, a marathon though, Matt, not a sprint. But it is hard not to get pumped up about this squad, especially this pair of newcomers in Sweatt and Noah Rabon. Sweatt, the transfer from North Florida. I told you he'd be fun to watch at second, and he made that known here on the mountain in the first series. But he got it done with his bat as well, hitting .636 on the weekend, 5 RBIs, 2 doubles. And then it just keeps getting better with USC upstate transfer Noah Rabon. The left fielder hit .500 with 9 RBIs and 3 doubles. We'll see if these two can continue to build on these performances moving forward.
Yeah, and they would move forward to a Wednesday matchup with number 12 ranked Duke. The Flames found themselves down 3-1 in the 4th, make it 4-1 after Zach Morris drives in Tyler Albright. The Blue Devils were looking for more in that 4th inning, but Liberty right fielder Camden Troyer wasn't having it. He cuts down Wallace Clark at the plate with a great throw. Speaking of Troyer, he would also drive in a run on this ground out in the 7th. That would make it 4-2 Duke, and unfortunately, that's how the game would end. The Bats just couldn't get going as Liberty was held to 3 hits on the day, and they end up falling to the 12th-ranked Blue Devils for their first loss of the season. All right, we turn now to hoops. Liberty basketball trying to stay in the top half of the Conference USA standings as we come down the back stretch of the season. On Thursday, they traveled to FIU. The Flames trying to complete the season sweep over the Panthers. Offensively, the Flames started this one pretty well. Kyle Rode, Caden Matheny able to get the Flames out to an early lead, but offense wasn't the issue. Getting stops and getting rebounds, that was the issue. FIU pulled down 11 offensive boards in this game, which led to 16 second chance points. The Panthers would stretch their lead to 14 points in the second half. Matheny would do his best to bring the Flames back, pouring in a team-high 21. In fact, LU would take a brief lead in the second half, but in the end, the Flames fall by the final of 76-71, dropping to 5-7 in Conference USA play.
We'll stay on the court for our next feature. Every time the Flames break a huddle, they all put their hands up in the air together and say family. And it's not just for show or all talk. You spend one day or even 1 hour around this program and you'll understand just how close-knit it really is. And the McKay family takes it quite literally.
I didn't know what I was signing up for when both of my boys said that they wanted to play for us.
Traffic to get it out to McKay. 3 on the shot clock. G rises up, lays it in, and draws the foul. Great pass inside of Luke McKay, goes up and gets the bucket.
It is so awesome to have your kids in your locker room to journey with you when you're going through your highs and your lows, or when the Holy Spirit's presence is in the room. And to be able to extend that from your home to the years beyond when they're after college has been really the most fruitful, enjoyable years of my coaching career.
It might be hard to find a men's basketball program that reflects the idea of family more than the Liberty Flames. It would start when Luke McKay would play for his dad in 2020. Today, he's still part of the program as the video coordinator.
One of my favorite things personally is just being able to, be around my dad and also my brother.
It would become a family tradition when Coach McKay's youngest son, Gabriel, would join the team in 2021.
G, he's got a leadership gift on his life. He's a little bit more like me in a variety of ways.
Being around my dad every day has built a type of relationship with him that it's like I can tell him anything, I talk to him about whatever, and he's always investing in me. I don't think I understand how lucky I am on a day-to-day basis.
G is he's never satisfied. He's gonna keep going and going and going and going, and he knows it inside and out.
However, this isn't just a bond between a father and his 2 sons. Coach McKay's wife, Julie, and his daughter, Ellie, would complete the family affair.
If I hear anyone, I hear Julie. And her and our daughter, Ellie, are just unbelievably supportive of our team.
Defense! Defense!
I've always said, I don't hear anybody except for my mom. She always says the same thing, and it's like the only thing I hear, and it's always, "You got this, G!"
Let's go, G! Here we go, Flames!
And Liberty comes away victorious in game number 1.
And this unique opportunity isn't something the McKay family takes for granted.
Really, I do get to do what I love with the game of basketball with the people I love the most. And I think each person has played a huge role in everything. I think that the gift of being able to work with the 2 people that are closest to me every day is something that is a massive blessing, and I know that it's an experience like no other. As the days have gone on, you realize what type of circumstance I'm in, and not many people get this opportunity, so it's just one of those things that day by day I honestly get more and more thankful and appreciative for it.
My first thought watching that piece is it says a lot about Coach McKay as a dad, that his sons want to be around him, not only as players in college, but in Luke's case, after college. He wants to work for his dad. It says a lot about Coach McKay as a father and about that family and how closely knit they are.
Yeah, Gabe didn't even start playing his college career at Liberty, but then transfers to play for his dad. It'll be interesting to see once he's winding up his career this year. Is he going to be on staff here at Liberty?
Yeah.
We'll just have to wait and see.
We turn now to some women's hoops. 3rd place Liberty hosting 2nd place FIU, but Liberty would look the part of the better team from tip to buzzer in this one. The Lady Flames build a 16-point lead in the first half, and then they went into cruise control. Bella Smuda racked up her 13th double-double of the season with 10 points and 14 rebounds, while point guard Jordan Hodges recorded her first career double-double. She had 15 points and a career-high 11 boards. The Lady Flames win this one easily, 71-56, improving now to 8-4 in Conference USA play.
All right, we step aside, but coming up, he's the original voice of the Flames. But see how Jerry Edwards is still serving Liberty today.
Plus, Rep McGibbon joins the show for Warm, Hot, and Flago. That's all when Flames Central returns.
So you're looking for a university that's perfect for you, a school that has anything you could possibly need.
Anything?
You want a place that has the programs you want to study, and maybe a few more, just in case you change your mind.
I think I'm going to sign up for the fashion design program.
All right. A place with state-of-the-art facilities. I mean, look at this campus.
And who doesn't love big-time sports?
And great recreational activities.
Okay, now we're on a roll. Somewhere you can hike, slide, strike, shoot, climb, eat, and most importantly, eat. You want a place that takes you to space? Okay, maybe not, but we can teach you how to fly, or pastor a church, or run a business. And all that with a great view? Yeah, I think I know a place.
Welcome to Liberty University's online programs, where living out your calling with integrity is what you train to do. And getting ready for the future doesn't mean missing out on the now. Because a university is more than buildings and books. And an education should set you free, not fence you in. Welcome to Liberty's global campus, where distance learning was pioneered and evolved into one of the top-ranked schools in the nation. Where protecting your budget, your time, and your education isn't just a theory, it's our priority. Here, degrees in your field reflect industry demands and help you get ahead of the competition. Where college comes to you, but you can come to college too. Game day, homecoming, graduation day. Your school, your values, your experience, your choice. Welcome to Liberty University, where we train champions for Christ.
At Liberty University, we understand life can be unpredictable, and when you need a resilient career, your education should withstand any test. So we've made sure the degree you need is within reach by freezing one of the lowest tuition rates in the nation for 8 years and counting, and giving scholarships, discounts, and credit for work you've already done. Because we're proud of what you do. We've done this for over 30 years, and we know how to help. We're here to help you.
Welcome back to the show. There's something special about watching or listening to your favorite team play, but there's something extraordinary about calling a broadcast. It brings you that much closer to the game. Jerry Edwards had and felt that passion for sports broadcasting. Here's the story on how the man behind the mic, also known as the original voice of the Flames, turned a 3-day opportunity into a 3-decade career.
And batter's up. Eyes the pitcher. Takes a couple of swings.
I used to sit on the steps and listen to the Cleveland Indians game.
Hit, it's a hit. Out to left field. This one's way out there and gone.
Those early memories by the radio inspired Jerry Edwards to pursue sports broadcasting in his home state of Ohio. But then the Lord would get a hold of his life and led him to enroll in the Liberty Bible Institute in 1979. Jerry assumed his days behind the mic were a thing of the past.
One of my thoughts was that doing this, I'll never broadcast another game.
But at the tail end of the 1981 Liberty football season, God would unexpectedly open that door again.
Frank Cappiello was our play-by-play guy, and he was going to miss 3 games. And so I had to find somebody to take Frank's place. Then somebody told me that there was a guy that worked for Harold Wilmington in the Bible Institute that had done a lot of high school broadcasts in Ohio. And Jerry and I met and talked, and Jerry agreed to do the 3 games that Frank was going to miss.
Those 3 games would turn into 30 years, and Jerry became known as the voice of the Flames.
Beecher rolls right, stands up, throws, it's caught. The catch made by Brown down the right sideline, touchdown.
He just comes across as so personable. He had the ability to connect with people through his voice. I mean, they weren't in the room with him, but they felt like they were in the room.
Mantlo has the ball out front, drives by his man, dumps it left corner to Sarchett, out to Blair for 3, yes.
Among many memorable moments for Jerry, one stands above the rest. The date was March 18th, 1994.
And that was the day we stepped onto the court, the NC2A tournament, and that's North Carolina, the #1 team in the country at the time. They had a coach that was very familiar, and he's going to play against us. And we played them very well till the last maybe 8 or 10 minutes when we ran out of gas and they still had reserves.
But Jerry's contribution as the voice of the Flames went far beyond just the games themselves.
We want to be here when you need us.
Thousands of Central Virginians began their day listening to him as he hosted the morning show on the campus radio station. No matter how late he had gotten home from the previous night's road game, he was a mainstay at the mic until his retirement in 2014. A retirement that was short-lived.
3 days later, they hired me back part-time, and they said it was mainly because of my skill set. And I said, well, that's great. What is my skill set? And they said, you're old. And you actually knew Jerry Falwell and worked with him and for him.
Today, Jerry works as a tour guide in the Jerry Falwell Museum.
What you're looking at here is Treasure Island. It's in the middle of the James River, downtown Lynchburg. I get to tell the stories of how this place came about. And since I was here for much of that, I can do it and tell stories about Dr. Falwell in the first person.
Jerry was honored in 2011 when he was inducted into the Liberty Athletics Hall of Fame. But he'll tell you that his greatest honor has come from his listeners.
Had a man after church on a Wednesday night, and he said, and he said, I can't see. He said, I've been blind for years. He reached out and grabbed my hand. He said, because of you, I've been able to see every game Liberty's played this year. And I've never forgotten that. I realized that those people can't see what I see. It's my job to make sure they see it.
Jennings gets a handoff, starts inside, bounces outside, he's in the end zone.
It's been a great privilege to be the voice of the Flames.
Thanks to our Kintos for producing that great piece. Well, after starting the season with 2 losses to top 20 opponents, Liberty Lacrosse hosted former Big South rival Longwood. And this would be just what the doctor ordered. Offense, not an issue for the Lady Flames on this day. In fact, they tied a program record with 52 shots. Cammie Merkel would cash in on 5 of those shot attempts. Merkel now the team's leading scorer with 8 total goals on the year. Meanwhile, Mackenzie Lehman, like Merkel, a preseason All-ASUN pick, would have a productive day herself. She would score 3 times. 8 different players in all would find the back of the net as the Lady Flames dominate en route to their first win of the season. Final score 16-4.
Let's stay with the ladies, but check in on the diamond. Liberty softball's non-conference schedule year in and year out is no joke. So the Lady Flames' 2-7 record might not reflect how good this team really is. But as head coach Dot Richardson told us on the Flames Central podcast, powered by Alcova Mortgage, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. She added, to beat the best, you have to play the best. And this program has found success following that formula in the last few years.
But even over the last 5 or 6 years, like just the name recognition when you're out on the recruiting trail, how different is it now for Liberty softball?
Oh, it's night and day. It really is. Like, we've been in 4 regionals postseason in the past 5 years. So we've won 40 games plus in the past 7 years, excluding, the COVID year. There's only 6 programs in the country in Division I have done that. So it speaks highly about where we're going. Yeah. We offer something totally different. There's only a few programs in the country, if that offer what Liberty University does, that really stand strong, training champions for Christ. But look at, the new facilities. And then now we've got 7 indoor batting cages. It's just, Liberty just gives you everything. They get rid of all the excuses, right?
Yeah.
They give you everything that you need.
What a great convo with Dot, as usual. If you're looking for some motivation, by the way, Dot Richardson has it. We talk about some really exciting stuff like watching math on YouTube. That actually sounds really boring, but if you can watch our show on YouTube, I'm sure you'll be much more amused. Or listen wherever you get your favorite podcasts. Matt, Joe, and myself cover all things Liberty each and every week. We drop a new episode on Monday, and it comes with a side of entertainment.
Yeah, it sure does. Speaking of entertainment, Rhett McGibbon is here, as always. Warm, hot, and fuego. Top player moment from the past week in Liberty athletics. Rhett, what do we got this week?
Well, I was kind of looking through all the performances that were going on, teams doing so well, and I was just thinking, this has really been a perfect little stretch here for some groups. That made me think, let's do the word perfect in some different languages.
Oh, that sounds fun.
So in Spanish here, let's get to it. It's Claudia Acin. She's from Spain. Perfecto.
I think I could have guessed that one.
We're going to start off easy here, but Claudia, what a little stretch she had here against Sam Houston the other day. 9 points. You come off the bench and provide 9 points, especially just the way this team could use a little bench scoring here and there. That is huge for this group. But she really impressed me. She showed some range. A buzzer beater, long distance three. Wow. That triple went down. And then the handles. She's got some smooth moves out there. Going behind the back, coming up court. A lot of fun to watch her play. Perfecto. Just the way she was going, it was a great thing to see. Got some confidence. And she's really come a long way this season. To start off, you could tell, all right, where's my spot on this team? How am I going to get acclimated to the North American game? She started to fit in really well.
Yeah, and they've needed some extra ball handling, so it's good to see her be able to take that on. All right, from warm, we go to hot.
All right, men's tennis, and I'm not going to get to the word here. I was looking at this group, all right, 7-3 on the year. They're coming off a weekend where they swept Penn State and Georgia State, so this is a group that's doing some great stuff. Then I started to look at the roster. This team is gelling well. This is where they have players from. South Africa, Serbia, Brazil, Montenegro. That brings me to my word, perfect again. Perfect this weekend. Lipasi. It means absolutely beautiful. It's perfect.
That's good.
And that's the way they've been playing lately. Spain, UK, and then the People's Republic of South Carolina. So one guy from South Carolina on the team with all these internationals. I'm sure he's having a great year. I'd love to be there for team dinner night.
Oh yeah.
Can you imagine? We always somehow find food on this show.
Right.
That's where I'd want to be. Oh, it's just they've been playing such great tennis here lately. It's been fun to
and props to Coach Sweatt melding all those different people, all different backgrounds together to get them playing so well. All right, finally in fuego, Rhett.
All right. Speaking of South Carolina, another young man from South Carolina, Noah Rabon. All right, he is from there. And you know how you say perfect in South Carolina? So good, I want to slap my mama. That's what I read online.
I think you're right.
I think you're right. That's how it goes. But this guy, what a weekend he had against Quinnipiac. 7 hits, 9 RBI, 3 doubles. He was even hit by a pitch. He was slapped by his mama, I guess. It was just a great weekend. You got to see him firsthand. Is this guy the real deal?
Yeah, good speed. You saw him on the base paths, great defensively. He's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, what I'm hearing from this group is 1 through 9. The batting order is dangerous. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch. And what the one big thing about him too, Rabon, no jacks. He didn't go over the wall. This is all just in the ballpark, small ball. I love that stuff.
No, great start for him, and Rhett, great job by you. In fact, you might say it was perfect this week. Nice job, Rhett. Hey, don't go anywhere. More Flames Central coming up right after this.
So our daughter Bella did LUOA, and she absolutely loved it.
Yeah, and all our kids, it was a little bit different how they did school because when they were in school, Duck Dynasty was going on.
For Bella, it worked out for us to just kind of go all the way homeschool, which that flexibility of being able to do school online and travel with us when she wanted to travel was just a really great blessing. And that's a great thing that LUOA offers is you can kind of move at your own pace, move faster if you need to.
So yeah, that certainly matched up for
Flexibility was
for sure
a key. So to be able to have LUOA to like guide her and have actual real life teachers and a whole framework set up was really, really helpful. I would say doing the online academy really prepared Bella for college. It actually, is a lot of hard work, but the teachers are so great at helping you through it, helping you kind of through that learning curve. And I definitely feel like it really prepared her for what was to come for a college career.
Being a parent and helping your kids through school, it's not exactly easy. I mean, there's waking up at 5 a.m., the morning routine, helping with homework, sitting in traffic. You get it. What if there was a way you could get your kids a quality Christian education where they can work at any pace, any time, from anywhere? School that works for your schedule and frees your kids to keep doing what they love. Well, that's exactly what we do. LUOA, school that goes where you do.
Get your career started on the right track. Let Liberty University help you get on the road to success.
Hey, welcome back to Flames Central. We end the show today talking some NASCAR, and more specifically, talking some William Byron.
Yeah, the Liberty student and Liberty University sponsored driver started his 7th season on the NASCAR's Cup Series with a huge victory at the Daytona 500. Byron would lead late as a wreck brought out the white flag during his final lap. That allowed Byron to win under caution. I know you were watching this live,
I actually
Matt.
heard it on the radio, strangely enough.
It's his first Daytona 500 victory and the 6th to ever do it for Hendrick Motorsports.
Yeah,
what a
congrats.
great representation, for Liberty University. Shout out
great
to
driver.
Byron. All right, we're out of time. But don't forget to check out the Flames Central podcast each and every Monday.
And go to libertyflamecentral.com for any stories that you might have missed. She's Emily. I'm Matt. Thanks for watching. We'll see you right back here next week.